Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we unpack the confusing language of business and finance so you don't have to. And today we are diving into the latest report from Income Opportunity Realty Investors Incorporated, or IOR as they are known on the stock market. Now this filing is a bit of a mixed bag, but it does give us a peek behind the curtain at their recent performance. So what is this document exactly? Well, it's what is called a Form 8K filing. Think of it as a current report that companies have to file with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. Whenever something significant happens that investors should know about, it's like a company's public diary for important events. Today we are focusing specifically on their financial results. Before we dive in, make sure you are subscribed to Corporate Decoder and hit that notification bell. Also, we have a fantastic community over on Discord, linked in the description below, where we chat about all things finance and business. The big news here is that on November 6th, Income Opportunity Realty Investors Incorporated, or IOR, announced how they did financially for the quarter that ended on September 30th. This report is essentially them telling the world their most recent performance numbers. It is attached as an exhibit to this filing, meaning the actual announcement is included. Now, they're being very careful here about how they phrase things. They explicitly state that this information, including the attached press release, is not officially considered filed, with the SEC in the same way some other documents are. What this means in simpler terms is that if these numbers turn out to be wrong, they are trying to avoid being held completely liable under a specific section of the law. They are also saying they are not going to promise to update this information if something changes. So take this as a heads up, but not necessarily a legally binding promise for the future. The most critical part of this filing, and frankly the part you all care about, is the actual financial performance. While this 8K doesn't contain the detailed financial tables directly within it, it does reference their press release from November 6th as the source of this information. This press release exhibit 99.1 is where we would typically find the juicy numbers. Unfortunately, the full press release details are not included in this specific document copy. However, the fact that they are issuing an 8K to announce operational results tells us they have something to share, likely concerning revenue, profits, or any significant shifts in their business condition. In the world of real estate investment, earnings calls and press releases are key indicators of how well they are managing their properties, collecting rent, and handling expenses. Are they growing their income streams or facing challenges? That is the story we're always looking to decode. Let's imagine what we would find in that press release. For a company like Income Opportunity Realty Investors Incorporated, which is publicly traded on the NYSE American under the ticker IOR, their financial results would typically focus on key metrics like rental income, property operating expenses, and net income. We'd be looking for things like whether their total revenue from their properties increased or decreased compared to the previous quarter or the same quarter last year. A rise in revenue would be a good sign, suggesting they are either leasing out more space or increasing rents. Conversely, a drop could mean vacant properties or a tough market. We would also want to see how their expenses are managed. Are property taxes, maintenance costs, and management fees under control? If expenses are rising faster than revenue, their net income or the actual profit they keep will suffer. For investors, this is the bottom line. Are they making money or losing money after all the bills are paid? In the real estate investment world, this performance directly impacts their ability to pay dividends to shareholders. A strong financial quarter usually means good news for investors looking for income. A weak quarter could mean reduced payouts or even a need to cut the dividend. So while we don't have the exact numbers here, the intent of this filing is to communicate these vital performance indicators. Looking at the broader picture for a company like Income Opportunity Realty Investors Incorporated, their strategy likely revolves around acquiring, managing, and potentially selling income-producing real estate. Their success hinges on market conditions, interest rates, and their ability to effectively manage their portfolio. The fact that they are filing a current report to discuss operational results means they are being transparent with investors about their recent performance, which is a positive step in building trust. However, without the direct financial tables from the press release, it is hard to give a definitive analysis of their current strength or weakness. To truly understand their financial health, we'd need to see the actual numbers. For instance, if their revenue grew by 10%, that is good news. But if their expenses grew by 15%, then that 10% revenue growth is actually masked by even faster cost increases, leading to a potential decline in profits. In essence, we're looking for growth in their core business, controlled expenses, and ultimately a healthy positive net income. Any major surprises or significant deviations from analyst expectations would be crucial details to uncover. Real estate investment companies are always navigating fluctuating markets. and their quarterly reports are a vital pulse check on their ability to thrive. So what is my take on this particular filing? At first glance, it seems a bit light on the actual numerical details within this specific 8K. They are signaling that they have results to announce, but directing us to an attached exhibit for the specifics. This is standard practice. But for us as decoders, it means we need to get our hands on that Exhibit 99.1 press release to really dig into the numbers. The key thing to watch for beyond just revenue and profit is any commentary on occupancy rates, lease renewals, and the outlook for their specific markets. Risks for real estate investors can include economic downturns that reduce rental demand, rising interest rates that increase borrowing costs, and unexpected property maintenance issues. Opportunities often lie in undervalued markets, strategic acquisitions, and long-term lease agreements. Without the specific figures from the press release, it is premature to offer a definitive conclusion on Income Opportunity Realty Investors Incorporated's current direction. However, the act of reporting their results promptly shows a commitment to investor communication. What we can infer is that they've had a quarter they feel is worth announcing. Our job now is to find that press release and see if their performance reflects strength or if there are underlying challenges they're trying to manage. Remember to always look beyond the headline numbers and understand the story behind them. Alright, that is our overview of this Income Opportunity Realty Investors Incorporated Form 8. What is your take on the importance of these current reports? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more corporate insights. And don't forget to join our growing community on Discord. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next decoding.